Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Eleanor.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eleanor. I am a senior at Christ the King, and I have worked in the Human Resources Department at Ryan Specialty Group for the past 4 years. Thank you all for being here to support my classmates and me. Though we can never really repay you, we work hard every single day to make you proud as we study in class, go to work, and reach for our dreams after graduation. Speaking of graduation, mine is coming up soon. After graduating from CTK in June this year, I plan to attend Columbia College Chicago. Where I'll major in creative writing and minor in music. My dream is to become an author and poet, a vision for my life that I have developed during my time at CTK. My graduation from 8th grade left me trying to figure out where I would attend high school. Leaving my Logan Square roots and spending the next 4 years of my life on the west side of Chicago seemed very intimidating to me. I originally wanted to go to Garin Prep, or Holy Trinity, a school where I knew I'd fit in. I would be surrounded by some of the same friends that I had grown up with. I would have been comfortable. In other words, I wouldn't have had to change. But my mother had another plan for me, and my opinion just didn't seem to fit anywhere in it. Long story short, I ended up at Christ the King. Even though I dreaded the decision made for me in the beginning, if I had never attended Christ the King, my poetic gift may have never blossomed. My first day in summer business training with all of the other incoming freshman students, I remember sitting on one side of the room alone. Not because I wasn't capable of making friends, but because I was too afraid. I kept looking at my peers thinking, there's no way I'll fit in here. I don't talk like them. I don't act like them. This is all way too different, way too fast. Little did I know that while the next 4 years at this school would be quick, with students and friends leaving almost as swiftly as they came, my time here would also help me embrace change, as well as my gift as a writer in ways I never thought possible. I've known I was a writer since I was 5 years old. When I was in first grade, my teacher told me and my peers to write about something we wanted deeply. It could have been a good grade, a new pair of shoes, or maybe a trip somewhere, as long as it displayed a type of passion for what we wanted. Everyone in my class decided that they were going to write about a new book they wanted their parents to buy for them, or a trip to Disneyland that they wanted to go on. Not me. I wanted a puppy. I had been begging my mother for a puppy since I could speak, but she just wouldn't give me one. She claimed they were too much responsibility and I wouldn't be able to take care of it properly. To prove how passionate I was about having a pet of my own, I chose to write about it. I like puppies, playful puppies, fluffy puppies, cute puppies, funny puppies, indie kind of puppies. I like puppies. My classmates at school, as well as my mother, were entertained by my writing, but something inside of me opened up. I had this intense feeling, almost as if my heart was glowing, but at the time, I didn't really know what that was about. I figured since I had read the poem right after lunch, it may have just been heartburn. I had never felt anything like it before, and I may have never felt it again, had it not been for Mr. Muckley and the CTK Poetry Club. My freshman year, a student told me that she had been going there, and it had really helped her become a better writer. One day after school, she told me I should join her. She said it would be good for me, since I was so good at public speaking in my classes. When I walked into the room, I saw a bunch of my peers. They were older and younger than me, and they were people I would see in the hallways every day. They all seemed quiet and shy during school hours, but when they came into the room, they became poets. working on their pieces, and presenting them with every emotion a human could possibly express. They spoke as if they had been silenced for years, and their poetry was the only way that they could say what they really felt. I knew then this was the place for me. My sophomore year, my poetry allowed me to become a semifinalist in Louder Than a Bomb, a nationwide poetry competition for teenage poets. My junior year, I run third place in an oratorical competition at Operation Push. This past summer, I read 2 of my original pieces and won first place at the Austin's Got Talent Showcase. Many of these accomplishments would not have been made possible without the faculty and staff at Christ the King. My teachers encouraged me daily to not only fulfill my task as a student, but to fulfill my dreams by any means necessary. Sometimes that meant I had to step out of my comfort zone or work with someone I didn't know very well. Either way, every piece of success that I've achieved since I started my high school career has been because CTK pushed me toward change. Whenever my peers ask me for advice, I always tell them to embrace others' perspectives, which means changing the way you think, which isn't always appealing to everyone. In fact, change can be alarming to most people. But the truth is, if we didn't explore differences in situations or thinking habits, none of us will be who we are today. I'm sure each of you can think of a scenario that caused you to change the way you viewed something or someone forever. Now think, would you be the person you are if that never happened? One of the most important things that high school has taught me, that life has taught me, the most important thing that I'd like to share with each of you tonight is to embrace change. Without it, we would all be boring people with narrow mindsets. Accepting change helps you to become who you really are. And when you finally figure out who you are, wear it on your sleeve. Make the world embrace you for who you are. And if you don't fit into the world's box, create a world to call your own. Thank you.